Hey guys, what's up? So I haven't really done like much Patreon content, and it's gonna change like come December. And this is just gonna be like a taste of what it's gonna be. There's gonna be like no actual coaching on it, so no like one-on-ones or anything. But I'm gonna do like videos just that I think will be useful, especially if I was someone wanting to like improve and climb at the game. So in today's video, I'm just gonna do like a little jungle kind of session, and this is me going through one of my games. Now, yes, this is a norm, I understand, but it's not like when you play a norm, you play any differently, kind of. Everyone in this game is still trying to play properly and stuff. So the average level of this is Diamond 4, so it's really, like, not that bad of a game. And, yeah, this Hecarim is obviously a smurf. And in this game, and I'm pretty sure they knew about me as well, in this game, we end up getting a 10 on OPGG. I actually don't think I've got one of these before. I don't even think I've seen one of these before, but there you go. So I'm going to teach you, or just tell you, I guess, like, yeah, my thought process in this game, what I was thinking and all that. And, yeah, hopefully it will be useful. So first of all here, we're against Hecarim, right? So again, the first point of contact you always make is with the enemy jungler. Can we hit him early game? Can we invade? Can we disrupt his clear? Anything like this? What are my lanes going to look like? That's the question you ask after you've sorted out the jungle matchup. And in this game, I know that I beat Hecarim in a 1v1 because he has Phase Rush. This guy had Conqueror, it might be different, right? I don't know if Conqueror is actually a rune these days on Hecarim because of the new changes, but anyway. If he has Conqueror, it might be a little bit more challenging, but here I start red buff because I'm staying flexible, and you can see that Shreddy, who I've coached, actually says in chat, like, why are you starting bot? Because you're pathing towards Tahm Kench. Well done, coach. And I say invade props, because I'm not going to invade the Hecarim without my red buff. So starting red buff gives me a lot of options, right? It allows me to do something like this, which is what I do in this game. So we just go from red into his bot, right? That should be a 2. So we just go from my red buff into his bot. I could go like this, where I go 1, 2, 3. And if he starts top side, I can go like this. If he starts bot side, I can go like this. And I'll actually get to him in time, because Graves' clear is actually very quick these days. And you'll see in this game, I actually get to his Gromp in time. Now, it's very important that if you're going to do this invade, it has to be as quick as possible, because junglers these days will clear blue and Gromp pretty quick together. So try to make sure your bot lane can leash you without losing priority. So in this lane, MF and Pyke might actually get priority. Okay, but thankfully we have a ward bot, so that tells us that Pyke and Misfortune aren't trying to cheese our bot lane by staying in one of these brushes. And most likely, these two are going to be leashing as well. So if it's like a leash bot lane here, Kai'Sa and Ashe should have priority because it's double range, right? So they can afford to leash me, which really, really helps. And you're going to see here how this like kind of speed, I guess, lets me get to Hecarim's blue buff in time. So you see how Kai'Sa uses Qs, very nice, and then we end up doing red buff pretty quickly, right? So we do this in 10-15 seconds. And at this point, I know the Hecarim, just make sure if you are playing Graves like this, you save your E, of course, to go over the Dragon Wall. And Hecarim, of course, is doing his Gromp here, and my pathing here is a little bit bad. I should probably go more like this. Because at this point, if he is actually there, like doing Gromp, and he honestly, like, kind of should be. I'm pretty sure he's right here, actually. But anyway, just a little point of detail there. Try to stay in fog just in case he's, like, over here, yeah? So yeah, me running in a straight line like this is somewhat questionable, but anyway, we end up smarting the Gromp and get this, miss my Q, which kind of doesn't really matter too much. I'm not going to talk about mechanics because they mean very little. If you ever hear a coach talking about mechanics like non-stop, they're just a bad fucking coach. We want to be talking about principles, ideas, and how we're thinking in a game, okay? Because my Graves mechanics, I'm pretty sure they're actually, like, not bad. But yeah, mechanics like we can always fucking point out at another time. We end up getting first blood, so good move from the support there, and you notice here, guys, like, I don't ping this invade, which is fine in this game. The reason it's fine is because I know Shreddy knows what I'm doing, right? Well, like, when I type in chat invade probs, and then I run to the Hecarim's blue buff Gromp area, I know that he knows I'm doing it. If you're playing in solo queue, even if you're playing in Challenger, you should be pinging that move, like, maybe even as you're doing red buff, or even before, right? Probably not before, because you don't know where Hecarim started. But you get the idea, yeah? You need to be communicating all the time. Like in solo queue or in your games, maybe your support just has no fucking idea what even champ you're playing, let alone where you are on the minimap. You have to let your teammates know, and thankfully there, Shreddy leaning lets me do that. Also take into account that I said that bot lane would have priority. Indeed, they do at this point. So it makes it really easy for me just to run to Hecarim's bot side and invade him. If his bot lane comes to help, they're level 1 probably, and they're going to lose so much, right, in terms of minions. Now, there was one 5-head move I could have made here. What do you think it is? If you said recall, very good. The reason recalling is fucked here is because I don't have a play for 10 seconds. As in, like, it's not like Scuttle Crab's right here and I'm going to take it. It's not like his Gromp is up, because I just took that, right? So, the point here is that there's like 10, maybe even 15 seconds. Whatever the play I make is, where it's going to, it's going to take a bit of time. And look, I've just got first blood and I'm on 740 gold. That's 2 longswords. And Umbral Glaive after that, which is really your first buy, becomes a lot easier to get, yeah? Like, actually, you can probably get that on your next live. So here, recalling was a very, very 5-head move. But I think the key after recalling, maybe actually, would be just to run from base. Try to hit level 3 off a camp, like whatever is quickest here. You can get your blue buff if you want to, and then you just run at the Hecarim. Okay? That would be the idea here, because you're not going to recall and then full clear. Because here, like, I could full clear if I want to, right? Like, I can maybe go to the Dragon Pit, E over, and then do Krugs, Raptors like this, right? But Krugs is just too far away here, and I do want to do something topside because that's where Hecarim's going to be. So I guess that's like the first kind of thought in my head. I've just killed Hecarim. He has to run topside here. Now, in this game, I'm pretty sure he goes Wolves out of base. So he goes like this. Okay, and then we actually end up killing him here. Spoiler alert. But we do end up killing him up top. I'm just saying, like, if he was to run to red buff, it's definitely the correct move. He has to, like, protect this as soon as possible. If he runs to red buff, after this, he just does Krugs to Raptors, and then he probably plays for bot crab. Yeah? So that's something the Hecarim should do. But in this game, he actually doesn't, and we kind of catch him out. But from my point of view, as Graves here, recalling is incredibly fucking powerful. Because you get 2 longswords, and at that point, you just hit level 3. So it's very important, guys, to remember that as the game progresses, so in terms of like time, right? So let's just say these are like 30-second chunks. Each champion on the map is going to get 1 level in the first like maybe 3-4 minutes of a game. Yeah, it's crucial to understand this. So Akali and Syndra are going to hit level 2 maybe in like 20 seconds time. These two are going to hit level 2 very, very soon. Top lane, exactly the same situation as mid lane, right? So as these champions are progressing and evolving in terms of levels, we have to be evolving as well. We can't just like keep running at the Hecarim like over and over. And I hate like generalities like that. Like you can't just keep running at a jungler. Of course you can. Of course you fucking can. But maybe in this game, because I don't have like a quick enough play to hit him, like yeah, I could run through, and maybe that's even the play. Like honestly, maybe this is even the play where you run through mid, you get mid priority. I've already got top priority. You get Akali like fucking push back, and then you just run at the Hecarim's red buff area. But again, the only thing here is that Hecarim is level 2, and yes, okay, he's very, very weak, but I'm level 2 as well, and yes, I might win a 1v1, but I don't know, it just doesn't look as conclusive to me doing that. Maybe it is actually good, though. But again, there are so many options you have here, and all the ones I've mentioned, whether it's running through mid to his red buff, whether it's recalling, or even the one I do here where I just go Raptors and full clear to my Gromp pretty much, that's still fine as well, because I'm going to be where the weaker Hecarim will be at the end of his clear. Okay, so with this in mind, like, I'm trying to hit Hecarim at some point, whether it's now, like this move, whether it's a little bit later, right? Like this, and we end up killing him topside. So yeah, the Hecarim here just makes a mistake. This is what he should have done, something like this, right? And then he ends up bot side. He should just like try to avoid me as much as possible, and he needs to secure his camps here before I get there. So we continue, so I end up doing this like this Raptors, Wolves, Gromp. I think I do Gromp here. Okay, I should probably do Gromp here before blue buff, right? Because Gromp sequences nicely with Wolves. Maybe like a little mistake there in terms of pathing, but it's kind of whatever. It's not really going to mean that much. And we see Hecarim here. So you see how I ping like Krugs. I should probably ping a little bit more. Well, I did ping like at 301, 338. Yeah, okay, so probably fine in terms of pinging here. And I know Hecarim's going to be topside. Now remember, Hecarim does not have Ghost, right? Because he used it around blue buff against me. So here I know this dude is really killable, and he just used E. And Time Cage lands a really, really nice W. And this is another free kill, right? Just make sure you get your Q to hit the wall and rebound back quickly. And at this point, the game should be GG. But again, it's no like point winning this early game if you don't know how to recall, if you don't know how to path efficiently. If you also don't know like when to recognize that going to gank a lane is just pointless. Because mid lane here, guys, like fucking Poltron, the Syndra, is fighting Akali a lot. I don't give a fuck. Because when I'm 2-0 like this, I am so fed. Everyone should be fucking playing around me. The Syndra should be the one playing like a bitch here. The Syndra should be the one just like not dying if you just chill and save your mana for like when I want to fight. So if I invade Hecarim, right, in 2 minutes time, I want my Syndra to try to have priority at least, but I also want her to be in a position to move. Because if she can, then she's on my back. She's helping me fucking carry. But if she's like fighting 1v1 and dying, it's not actually helping me at all. It's actually making it difficult for me because I have to go mid and I have to like protect her. When I could be clearing camps and just invading Hecarim or just getting a bigger lead, right? So it's very important when you are like this fed to try to fucking forget about all the chaos going on, because in solo queue this will happen all the time, right? So at this stage, I'm just like, I'm getting crab and I'm just chilling. And you can see that if Hecarim did the thing that I said, red Krugs, Raptors into bot crab, he would have been sweet. And the game is actually like kind of stabilized. I'm still ahead, but that would have been like both challenger junglers playing at that level. And yeah, when I saw this happen again, lots of people will just stop their recall here. Fucking don't. It is 10 seconds away. Nothing is going to happen here in this lane. And yeah, I just recall. So out of base here, what do? Well, I could get like Dirk Longsword and another Longsword, but I don't really need all that damage. I want boots. I want a bit of mobility. I want to get, a little bit more on the map here. So getting boots, I think, is correct. And then I just go to Krugs. I can definitely go to mid here. Now, where is Hecarim going to be? Hecarim's obviously going to be bot side, right? So around here. And knowing this, I should probably ping. Hopefully I do. I am skipping this by 10 seconds at a time. So maybe I ping, maybe I don't. Okay, I did ping at 4:20, so that was 20 seconds ago, which is good. Yeah, probably that ping is around bot side. So again, guys, like every 20, 30 seconds, maybe even more than that, right? Because it takes around 10, 15 seconds to clear a jungle camp. You should be pinging where the enemy jungler is going to be, yeah? Not only where they are, but where they're going to be. There's no point like really pinging his Krugs, and then all of a sudden he ganks mid. You should be pinging like here, and probably pinging Tribrush, right? And yeah, me covering mid here, sorry, God, I'm dying, is a potential play, right? Because Hecarim in this situation could see Syndra, and Syndra's being very fucking greedy here. So he should definitely think about doing something like this, maybe even just straight through, probably around the back, yeah? But in this game, I've got Asher there, so I'm not really worried too much about it. But yes, that is actually like a play I could have made, and honestly probably would have made if this was Challenger. I know that sounds like a really fucking stupid comment to make. But, yeah. Hopefully you guys can see that. So I just go Krugs to Raptors, right? So I started at Krugs, and I'm going to finish my Raptors here. Now, what's the play after Raptors? Because I don't really have that much to do. I know the Hecarim has taken the bot crab. Well, my wolves are up. I could go bot lane because MF and Pyke are actually pushing that lane. But again, remember, Hecarim has Scuttle Crab here. So it's very difficult for me to actually just go and gank bot. I've also got Ashe Kai, so it's not the most, legit bot lane to go gank. And if I do gank this lane, right, let's just say I do something like this. Or let's just say, I avoid the Scuttle Crab ward and I go like this. The issue here is that the Hecarim, after finishing wolves, let's just say that he sees me like bot, he can just go like this and he kind of stabilizes the game a little bit. He can just take my top side. So there's going to be a loss to that play. Even if I gain a kill or 2 kills, 2 kills would probably be worth. But Hecarim still is able to like have a little bit of counterplay. I don't want him having any fucking play here. Now, what's my play after this? So remember, I'm super fed. I've got so many items here. After my wolf camp, what am I going to do? And by the way, you see like if I did Gromp before blue, how wolves and Gromp would have been sequenced. It just makes it a little bit nicer. But here, even if Gromp was spawning, I'm not going to go to Gromp. Why? Because Hecarim's Raptors are up. So Hecarim's Raptors are up. I've got mid priority. Tahm Kench might not be in lane, but do I care about a fucking level 5 GP? Probably not. GP might hit 6 on that wave. But again, I'm just going to hit the Hecarim's Raptors here. You see how I ping on the way. And he ends up like trying to gank mid. Way too late. He should have hit this like even before Scuttle Crab. Way too late now. Now, I know that they're going to hit level 6 on this wave, and it's kind of volatile, but Hecarim here just looks so fucking killable and squishy to me, so I just run at him, and Syndra, like, should have known this, so I guess, like, Poltron fighting there is bad. Everything I do here, like, I wouldn't do anything differently. Like, I want to hit this guy mid-dying, that's on mid. Mid has to realize that I'm fucking just so fed, and as long as she just, like, chills and holds one side of the lane, she should be fine. Anyway, her dying, like, isn't that bad, because here, Hecarim isn't really gaining anything. Yes, okay, he takes his Raptors and his Krugs, but I get, like, this fat fucking mid-wave, and I'm gonna hit level 6 off Gromp here. The reason I go Gromp is simply because I need the gold for Umbral Glaive. I think Umbral Glaive is 850. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might be wrong there. No, I think I'm right. And, Yeah, I'm going Gromp just to, like, get rid of it. It's the only camp on the map. It looks really fucking weird being there like this. So I want to clear it for the gold and also clear it just in terms of, like, aesthetics, I guess, for the jungle. Now, while I'm clearing this, I know the top lane is fighting, so I end up going top here. And honestly, I should get 2 kills here. I kind of misplay because Hecarim ends up being here. And remember, Hecarim here, so he's got red buff. What the fuck? So he hasn't actually done his red buff yet. This is really, really weird to me. I'm just trying to figure this out. Anyway, yeah, Hecarim being here, so he's cleared his top side, right? After we invaded him, and now he's here, which makes sense. And here I should play a lot more fucking aggressive, honestly. I mean, it's not actually that bad. But yeah, after this one, I should, like, E to the right here, and I should just stay on this guy. There's no way they can kill me here. This should be free as fuck. That E's kind of okay, but yeah, the ult there is just pointless. Just hold my ult, and sweet, right? I'm going to get 2 kills, probably. Anyway, this continues again. Mechanics aren't the most important thing. It's just me being here. Just looks correct. Everything so far looks good. And Poltron ends up getting the kill on the GP. We end up recalling here, so we've got Glaive. Where do we go off the map? Well, we've got to always think about, like, how our pathing is going to look, right? So remember, I am fucking fed. I don't want to, like, play around anyone here. If there's, like, a potential gank I have bot or mid lane or top lane, I want to go there if it's 100%. If I go bot lane here for a level 5 Ashe, who probably needs to recall because she's half HP and kind of it doesn't look too good, yeah? I mean, they might be hitting level 6 soon, but again, look how broken it looks if I go like this. 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. Can't remember how the sequencing will look. 5, 6, into Rift. I'm going to be so farmed at that point, and Rift Herald is just so valuable, like the first one. If I can do that, I just know it's fucking game over. I just know, because there's so much golden experience there. Like, think about it. Krugs is, what, like 150 gold now, maybe? Red is going to be the same. I'm going to get like 700, 800 gold off a full clear with Rift Herald and all the gold that that gives you now, especially like the latent gold when you use it. Man, like this game is so fucking free. Like I'm going to be 2 levels above everyone and yeah, GG pretty much. So I end up doing Krugs here, and even when Hecarim ganks bot, right, like I kind of moved there a little bit before doing my red buff, but I'm like, fuck that. Like have 2 kills bot. Also love, by the way, how the Hecarim is level 6 somehow. Congrats to him being down in CS and in terms of KP. Anyway, we continue. So yeah, just end up doing Raptors here. Mid lane, you can see us fighting again. Do I care? No, I fucking do not care. I'm not playing around anyone else but myself here. And you might think this is a really toxic mindset, but let's just fucking go back to what we saw here. This game ends in 26 minutes. This game will go for 40 minutes if I play like most people. Guaranteed. This game will go for 40 minutes if I keep running to lanes that are fighting. So if you're a jungler who would have gone bot lane there, it's really fucking bad. Like, as I was about to do my red buff, I looked bot, and I kind of hovered just a little bit, maybe like this, and then I was like, fuck that. No point. So if you're a player who stops recalls, like the level 4 recall here after I took the crab, to go mid, oh my god, my mid lane is going to die. Oh my god, my bot lane's dead. There's always going to be counterplay. Maybe not always, but most of the time, there's going to be counterplay. In fact, I'd say always there's going to be counterplay in low elo. And I'd even say something like Master is going to be low elo. There's always going to be counterplay for you. So don't fucking get your knickers in a twist. If, you know, your teammates are fighting and dying all the time and stuff, you can carry them when you have leads like this after the first 2-3 minutes of a game. So as I said, I'm just going to full clear. Hecarim is actually kind of clearing towards middle, I think. So Syndra, again, dying mid isn't like the best thing in the world. But hey, at least Akali used her flash and Hecarim used his ultimate bot lane. So in terms of like fighting here, around Rift Herald potentially, if I start that, I'm actually pretty confident I can just like 1v9 this game. Now, unfortunately here, no one saw that ultimate. So I have to do like end up wasting my flash. Yeah, probably not the best thing in the world there. But it's kind of whatever. And before I start Rift, again, like I really want to start Rift, and I see Hecarim moving through mid to bot, right? So I know that I just have this here. I also know that Akali probably used ultimate, right, and her flash. So she definitely used flash because Syndra has pinged it, and Hecarim used his ultimate before as well. That was a minute ago. That's on like a 2-minute cooldown probably around that. So I know that I'm just kind of sweet here to take this. Tahm Kench has priority top. Like I've just got to stick like Rift Herald here. Now after Rift Herald again, fucking this is the key, guys, jungling as well, another key. Yes, I'm doing Rift Herald here, but in my head, I'm thinking about what the next play is. So, what is the next play after Rift? Am I invading Hecarim's topside? Am I diving the fucking GP, maybe, with Tahm Kench and Syndra after she gets Prio? I could dive the GP, potentially, but again, I'm on so much gold. So much gold. And my bot side is going to respawn soon here as well, right? So, Krugs and Raptors, they're both going to respawn kind of soon here. So, I just recall. I just time my recall. I just play for my fucking bases, and we end up getting a perfect OPGG score. Don't want to brag about it too much because I'm not sure how accurate it is, but let me put it this way. I don't think there are many mistakes in this game, I will say that. I don't think there are many like pathing mistakes or mistakes generally speaking in this game. Mechanically, yeah, okay, could fucking definitely be better, a bit more Korean. But in terms of actual macro, this is as close to probably perfect as you're gonna get. So yeah, after doing Krugs, again, I'm just looking at the minimap, right, and thinking about the plays that I have. So Raptors aren't actually spawning yet, so I'm kind of like, oh, fucking Raptors are taking a little bit of time here. Okay, okay, top crab is up, right? So this might be one option I have here in this game, is going like this. Because Hecarim's top side's going to be up. But it's a little bit far away. It's a little bit far away, and I kind of want to, like, maybe do something around bot, because Ashe has ult now. So you see, like, the difference? This bot lane has, like, their kind of power spike, I guess, in a way. Ashe has level 6. I just want to make sure none of this is warded. So that's why, like, I'm not going through Tri-Brush, go over Dragon Pit, put a pink ward down. And then as soon as I see, like, the Misfortune standing here, I just ping her, right? Ashe lands the ultimate, and we end up getting 2 kills. Pyke thankfully kind of fucking trolls. And we end up getting 2 kills here. Nothing really else to say. Now, because the Hecarim, I know that he's weak as fuck, and if he does actually end up, like, trying to kill the Kai'Sa here, we easy win. The Kai'Sa should probably stand a bit more to the right, like she is now, which is good. But I know this tower, we can get it. Yeah, I know this tower, we can get it, sure. So I ping this, she comes back on it. I end up using the Rift Herald, so it tanks the tower a little bit, and we end up getting first tower here, which is just huge. Unfortunately, here, I didn't actually know the Gore Drinker buy was like 100 gold off. So here, if you're 100 gold off like a big item like Gore Drinker, guys, or a big Mythic, or something like this major item, just stop the recall, just look for a camp, just look for any sort of fucking gold in close proximity to you. And as I finish Raptors here, I'm just going to recall right for Gore Drinker. Out of base, you can see how my camps are set up. There's no real play on the map here. Yes, okay, like the Tahm Kench top tower is really the tower we should be playing for. When is Drag? So Drag's in 240, yeah, Rift Herald is in 3.5, so there's a lot of time here for me to make plays, right? So in terms of like pathing, I should probably go like this. The top. But we'll see what happens here. So am I going to go to Gromp? I end up going to Gromp, and then I end up coming down bot side. Maybe I looked at my red buff timer, but yeah, that looks kind of weird. I should definitely be looking to play for top here. And yeah, our bot lane being bot looks a little weird. Like Tahm Kench should go bot here, but it's kind of whatever. Anyway, if we continue with this game, honestly, I don't think I have to go through like that much more. I'll show you this fight, and after this fight, actually, there's one fucking move I can make that just like makes the game even easier. But I'll show you this fight, and this is why you play for yourself, right? So in this fight, me and the Syndra, me and Poltron are going to 2v4. 2v4 at level 9. This might happen later in the game when you're super far ahead, right? Here, I am actually super far ahead, but Poltron the Syndra isn't really like that fucking fat. They end up just like running into Akali. The Gore Drinker is kind of questionable. I should probably save that. Here, I know she's going to take this, so I just like run back a little bit. Put a pink down because even though it doesn't say here, it's just kind of useful to. I should probably pop Sweeper as well, right, to see our outline. And then I know Poltron is going to stun, so I time my like abilities off this and we kill her. And now, because I have Gore Drinker, right, and because I'm level, like, I just look so fucking fed, bro. Like, it's just a feeling thing here. And I know their bot lane is missing, but again, I have my E up very soon, so all I need to do here is just auto attack once, you see, and then E out, end up dodging a lot of stuff, and Gore Drinker in 3 of them. And this ends up being a 2v4. This 2v4 does not work if I am fucking running to lanes, yeah? It does not work if I'm running to lanes and trying to save them when they're fighting. That is on them. If you're gonna fucking fight 24/7 and die, no worries. You can live with the consequences. I'm fucking not going to. I'm gonna play for myself. What is the move here? That's the final thing we'll look at. What's like the winning move? Or the most winning move, I should say. Most winning move is to clear red buff and Krugs. Reason being, again, is because the objective here is probably top tower. Again, I can't remember actually the Drake spawn. Maybe it's like maybe a minute and a half here. So, actually leaving red and Krugs might be okay. But yeah, I just think clearing red and Krugs, and then you just recall. And then you can just run into like Hecarim's top side. You can run to top crab, top tower, something like this. The Drake timer might have something to do with it. But yeah, what I end up doing here is like running into his bot side, but his blue buff isn't up. He's probably cleared his Gromp, right? So I just stick a recall. So yeah, that could have been better. Just red, Krugs, and then just run towards Tahm Kench, get that top tower if you can. Then we can always play for Dragon. And you can see Dragon isn't even spawning yet, so I would have had enough time to make that play as well. So yeah, hopefully this was useful, guys. And yeah, I'll see you in the next whatever video I make.